Hey, friends, welcome back to another episode of the Positive Voice Podcast. I am Coach Chef Kim. So, as we end out 2024, one of the things that I wanted to have a conversation about was something that was sent in to me as a question, where someone wanted to know, how do you choose the right coach, right? So if you want to level up in 2025 and you have been thinking about getting a business coach, but you're kind of on the fence and you're not really sure what you should look for, what things should you be looking for, we're going to go ahead and demystify that for you today, okay? So, understanding that coaches are not all one and the same. All right. We are going to break down today on this episode how you choose the right coach for your business and your personal growth. With so many coaches, strategists, and programs out there, it can be overwhelming to decide who's the best fit for your journey. So in this episode, my goal is to guide you through the key factors to consider when you're choosing your coach. I'm going to share tips on how to get the most out of your coaching program. And I'm going to let you know what it means to actually be coachable. Okay. I would be remiss if I did not do a slight little plug for myself, but here's the tea. If you're thinking about starting 2025 with clarity and confidence, I'd love to invite you to my 3-day event called Beyond the Vision Boards. It will be happening January 6th through the 8th. We will be doing this. You will spend 1 hour a day with me for 3 days. It is the perfect opportunity to align your vision, craft your strategy, and step into action. But we'll get into more of that later. All right. So let's talk about what makes a great business coach. I am a coach, but I'm also a coach who has had coaches and currently has more than one coach. Okay. So here are some key traits you want to be looking for in a good coach. Number one, experience in their field with proven results. This is going to be super important. And this is something that I learned this year. Um, I realized that I was outgrowing coaches, right? Like I would book to coach with someone and then they would tell me things. But once we hit a certain level, there was nothing else they could tell me. And for a moment, I thought it was me. I was like, man, maybe I'm not coachable. Like, why do I feel like I'm not getting the results I want to get? And then I had a coach this year, early in the year, who told me it's not that you are uncoachable. The problem is that not only are you coachable, but you do everything people tell you immediately. You see the result immediately, and there's nowhere else for them to take you because the average person doesn't execute on this level. And I had to sit with that. And so throughout the summer, like I took a couple of months off from coaching with people. And throughout the summer, I was kind of researching, reading, listening to podcasts, things of the sort. And I was listening to someone, I don't remember who it was, but they said that if you're going to have a coach, they should be about 10 steps ahead of you. And I said, bet. And so my new coach is probably more than 10 steps ahead of me, but taking me on a journey that took her years to get there. And it will not take me nearly as long to move through those same processes, right? So, experience in their field with proven results, strong communication and listening skills. The last thing you want is to get a coach who doesn't let you talk. That is the worst thing a coach can do. A coach should allow you to talk. And they need to be able to communicate well with you. That's not just on the coaching call, but also in the pre work, in the homework, in the following up, right? Are they able to do those things? A coach should also have empathy and the ability to challenge you constructively. You need to be in the presence and the company of people who hold space for you, but also are going to call you out on your bullshit. The other thing, and I think this one probably should have been the first thing that I said, but alignment with your values and goals. I spend a lot of time in coaching sessions with people. I need to know your core values. That is something we do, right? Because if you don't know what your values are, if you don't know what your goals are, you don't know where you're going, I can't help you get there. And so you need to make sure that whoever you are coaching with, whether that is me, whether that is another coach, that you are in alignment with their values. Make sure their values line up with yours. Here are some red flags I need you to watch for when you are picking a coach. Number one, the promise of overnight success. Y'all, this is not a microwave type of situation, okay? That's not what coaching is. If you are trying to change your life and change your business and do something you've never done before, we cannot microwave your success. So if somebody promises you this overnight success fallacy, run. Number two, lack of clarity in their methodology. If they just show up super unprepared and you don't understand who they are and what they do, wait till they figure it out. And if there's an overemphasis on cookie cutter strategies, hear me and hear me well. Anybody can call themselves a coach, but not everybody is designed nor are they called to lead people to their next destination. Okay. If when you are doing, and this is going to go into your research for a coach that we'll get into, but when you are looking for a coach, if the only thing you see on their page looks like everybody else's page, run. All right, so let's talk about this because this is a big one, that people have asked me about this year, particularly because I made a switch. So this year I made a switch, and I'm still kind of in that transitioning of making a switch, but understanding the difference between a mindset coach and a business coach. All right, when I first started coaching, the people who were signing up for my program were expecting a business coach, and I wanted them to focus on their mindset. And so there was not harmony in the things that we needed to create together. So let me go ahead and break this down for you so you understand the difference between the two. So mindset coaches focus on overcoming internal blocks like self-doubt, fear of failure, limiting beliefs. I even dabbled into childhood trauma a little bit. I'm going to leave that up to the therapist though, because it got a little heavy. But that's going to be your mindset stuff. Mindset coaches help you build confidence. They help you grow your resiliency, and they teach you and encourage you to build on a growth mindset. For example, as a mindset coach, I help people go from I'm not ready to I'm ready to take the first step. All right, so that's mindset. A business coach is going to focus on strategy, systems, and execution. It is a lot less about your feelings and more about your execution strengths. Business coaches help you with tangible business aspects like pricing, marketing, scaling, audits of your business. A business coach will guide you on how to create a product launch, plan, or improve your sales process. Now, here's the transition that I made this year is that I have studied mindset, I have studied mindfulness, and I incorporate that into business coaching. The way this works together, mindset and strategy go hand in hand. You need the right mindset in order to implement any strategy effectively, and you need strategies to turn your mindset shifts into tangible results. Now, here's the kicker, okay? Since I leveled up this year and hired a new coach, there's been another level added to my coaching in the past couple of months. And I want to introduce this to you because I think people get this mixed up as just coaching, and it's not. I want you to understand what the difference is between a strategist and a coach. So, a strategist is going to provide specific solutions and frameworks to achieve a goal. It is more directive and focused on problem solving. A strategist might give you detailed oriented content plans for your social media or teach you how to create a detailed content plan for your social media. A coach is going to help you discover your own answers and foster your own personal growth. They're focused on guiding and empowering you. So, for example, as a coach, you ask the right questions to help clarify the brand voice and goals. The thing that I have come to learn, and I've had several people tell me this over the years, is that I am a unicorn. Okay. It is very rare that you are going to find a business strategist, a mindset coach, a money mindset coach, all in one person. It's rare that you're going to get mindset coaching, money mindset coaching, a business coach, and a strategist all in one person. And I understand that this is something that not everybody can do, and it is something that I do. Here's why. When I started working with my newest coach, she had us do some strengths assessments. Okay. Previously, I've worked with other coaches and I have my assessments from human design. I have my Myers Briggs assessment. There's several other free tests that I've done that gave me all this information about myself, and all of it was correct. This is the first time I had a coach tell me to go pay for my results. She was like, "This is not going to be free. Go pay for your results." And I paid for my results, and of my top five skills on this skills assessment, three of my top five were strategy. Three of my top five were strategy. This is when the light bulb moment went off for me. The reason that I was outgrowing people is because they were giving me strategy and I didn't need to overthink it because I already had the mindset, I already had a growth mindset. They didn't have to coach me on that. I knew how to coach myself on that. And so when you give me strategy, I know how to go execute it immediately. And that makes a ton of sense for me, right? But I've come to learn that not everyone is like this. So here's how you know when you need to hire what person. If you know exactly what you need and you want someone to map it out, hire a strategist. Okay. Let's say you've done a business audit. If you have never done a business audit, please come join us for Beyond the Vision Boards, January 6th through the 8th, 2025. For those of you who take the VIP option, all of the VIP people will be given a business audit to conduct, okay? Because there's no way that you're going to be able to analyze your business and move forward if you've never done an audit. So those with the VIP ticket will have access to a course that will guide you through a business audit. After you do a business audit, you know exactly what you need to work on. Like, there's no question. We don't need to figure out why your pricing isn't working. We don't need to understand if it's the market. No, we're going to know exactly what it is when we do a business audit, right? So if you don't know how to do that, join us for Beyond the Vision Boards, January 6th through the 8th. So once you know what that is and you want someone to help you map that out, you're going to hire a strategist. All right. They're going to give you boom, 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 boom. These are the things you need to do. Here's your checklist and you go do it. And you should see results if you go do it. If you're looking to grow holistically and you want to uncover blind spots, a coach is going to be a better fit. So one of these people is going to tap into you internally. The other person is going to handle things externally. The beauty of me as a unicorn coach is that I do both, right? But here's the tea to that. When you deal with the unicorn expects unicorn results. All right, just keep that in mind. So let's talk about best practices before, during, and after a coaching program. Before, define your goals. What do you want from this coaching experience? Why are you hiring a coach? Coaches are not cheap. I'm going to repeat that. Coaches are not cheap. This is an investment into your future. And if you do the things correctly that you're supposed to do, it's going to be well worth your investment. Even if the situation does not go in the way that you want it to go, you should still take lessons from it. And if you don't, that to me signals that you are a red flag client and you are not coachable. We will get into more of that in a minute. Define your goals. What do you want from this coaching experience? So if I were to ask you, if you were on a coaching call with me and I say, what do you want us to accomplish in this call? Do not tell me I don't know. That means you're wasting my time and yours. You need to know why we're on this call together. Right? What's your pain point right now? What do you need to figure out? Pick one thing, we're going to figure it out. Research your coach. Research the coach. How do you do research? Read testimonials on their websites, attend their free events, listen to their podcasts, go read their blogs, join their newsletter. You should have some sort of relationship with this person before you make that investment for them to be your coach. So, those are the things you're going to do before you hire a coach. During the coaching process, number one, show up. I cannot emphasize that. In Q1, I had 18 no shows. There were 18 different opportunities for people to make changes in their lives, and they did not take it. That also means there were 18 moments in Q1 where somebody wasted my time. Did I immediately adjust my business so that that doesn't happen again? Absolutely. Absolutely, I did. So, my first thing to tell you is when you hire a coach, show up. Number two, be prepared. Number three, be committed. Be committed. Like you are here to solve a pain point in your life. And the only way that's going to happen is if you do the work. You need to be open to feedback and willing to take action. If you give a coach whatever your issue is, they should be able to coach you based on whatever it was you just said. 9 times out of 10, when people are on coaching calls with me, as they are talking, I already know what their problem is based on how much money they make, based on their conversion rates, based on how they show up. I already know what your problem is. When you have a coach that is educated, that has the experience, and knows what they're doing, they're not going to waste your time. They're also not going to allow you to turn the coaching session into a therapy session where you run your mouth the whole time, complaining about everybody in your life and why you not getting things done is not your fault. Don't do that during a coaching session. You need to show up prepared. You need to show up committed to the process. You need to be open to feedback. And whatever the homework assignment is, you need to immediately do it. You need to immediately do it, even if it hurts your feelings, even if it is you're not really being consistent and you want a particular result. The only way you're going to get that result is if you're consistent. Your consistency is what matters, right? Your emotions do not matter in a coaching session. And I need for people to understand that it's not that a coach doesn't love you, it's not that they don't want to be your friend. That's not why you paid them. You paid them to get results, and we get results through repetition. And so you need to take action. And then the last thing I want to tell you about during your coaching sessions, use your sessions to gain clarity and accountability. Having access to people who have already done what you've done and they can shorten the amount of time it's going to take you to do something is a gift. It is a gift, and it is a moment that you should not take for granted. Depending on how long your coachings are, right? Like I have some one-on-one sessions that's just one-off, right? If you want to do a strategy call, we can do that. I then have group coaching sessions. Some of them are 3 months. We will have a Q1 group coaching cohort to get your business together at the top of the year. And so you have a plan to execute for the rest of the year. I will also have a more guided program for culinary specific individuals who want to gain wealth, right? And hear what I said, culinary professionals who want to gain wealth, not people who want to raise their prices. No, you can listen to a podcast for me to tell you to raise your prices. There is a mindset shift. There is a behavioral shift that needs to happen if you want to gain wealth. There are other things you need to do, and there's strategy that must be put in place. That's going to take longer than 3 months. This is going to be a 6 to 9 month program that will be launching in 2025 as well, right? So, depending on how long your coaching process is, when it ends, you should reflect on your progress. You should be tracking it. You should ask your coach for feedback. You should ask them how they feel you've been doing with your progress. If your coach is not tracking your progress, I would find a new coach. I would be looking for key takeaways from the experience that you've had. Implement what you've learned so that you maintain momentum. You don't have to wait in order to start taking action. Take action immediately. Consider re engaging with the coach or take a new program if needed. One of the things that I'm learning as a coach is that as a business owner, as an entrepreneur, that if I have one program, right, like if you join my Q1 coaching program and that gets your business in order, that gets you together. The program that will launch in Q2 is From Kitchen to Calling. If you are a culinary professional and you work with me in Q1, we get your ducks in a row, right? You filed your taxes, you got your things together, everything is all a book the way it needs to be. And that program ends because it's only 90 days. The next best thing for you to do if you want to build wealth is to join the next coaching program. One of the things that I've run into over the last couple of years in coaching with people is that a lot of people think that coaching is a one and done. It's not. It's really not, right? Like if I get you to one level, you may be like, okay, but I need more. And that was a lesson I learned this year. That's what happened to me at the top of 2024 when I launched the Emergence Experience. It was a 90-day program. And at the end of the 90 days, the people who were in that cohort were like, well, we're not finished and we need more. And so I had to develop the next level, right? Like, what is the next most logical step for you to take? And so at the end, when you know you're coming to the end of whatever your coaching season is going to be, you should be looking at other ways to re engage that coach or find a new coach if you didn't get the results you wanted, or a new program if needed. Now, let's talk about what it means to be coachable. When I think about the definition of being coachable, it's this. Number one, do you have a willingness to learn and grow? Can you accept feedback without being defensive? Can you let go of perfectionism and embrace vulnerability? Can you trust the process even when it feels uncomfortable? I heard something today on a podcast, and the host said, when it's foggy outside and I can't see my way, I can't see what's in front of me, the road didn't change. My vision was cloudy. The road is the same road that you travel, whether you can see clearly or not. And one of the things you have to understand about entering a growth cycle is that there are going to be times where you're traveling along this road and the road is foggy, where your vision is impaired, and a coach can help clear it up for you. Sometimes we can't find the clarity that we're seeking on our own. And so, in order for you to be coachable, you have to understand that when you become defensive, that defensiveness is fog. When you take everything personally, that triggering is fog. It is important for you to understand that in order for a coach to do their job, if you pay me money to coach you, the reason you've made that investment is because you've been unsuccessful on figuring out whatever it is you're trying to do by yourself. And you believe that I, as the expert, can help you move to the next level. But if you argue with the coach and you don't allow them to do their job, you're not moving anywhere, beloved. All of those things are required regardless to you being a subject matter expert, regardless to you having a skill set that may supersede this person, none of that matters. If they can clearly see your blind spots and tell you to do this thing, stop doing that thing, and you'll get the result that you want, this is going to require you to take a moment and be coachable. When you give yourself over to the process, it's going to accelerate your progress. A coach, a strategist, they can guide you, but the result ultimately comes from your commitment to the work. I'm going to hit this one because I am a mindset coach, and I think it's important for us to know that the importance of a growth mindset is going to be huge when you are picking out your coach. So, what is a growth mindset? Believing that skills and abilities can be developed with effort and persistence. You also view challenges as opportunities to learn. I am always looking at challenges as an opportunity. What am I supposed to learn? What is the lesson I'm supposed to learn? And sometimes the lesson is not for you. Sometimes the lesson is for another person. And the lesson that you're going to get from that is, oh, maybe I should have done a little bit more research. Or maybe this person was not aligned and there were red flags that I intentionally overlooked because I liked them. All of those things are possible. Why is it important for an entrepreneur to have a growth mindset? No matter how long you've been in business, there's always room for growth. There's always room for growth. A growth mindset keeps you adaptable and resilient in the face of change. The other thing that I tell people all the time is that Olympians have coaches. What makes you think you're going to become a millionaire without one? I'm just wondering. A coach can help you develop and maintain a growth mindset, ensuring that you continue to thrive both personally and professionally. Because one of the things that I know about hustle culture is that while you may thrive professionally, your personal life is trash. They don't have to be. They don't have to be. I don't believe that there is a such thing as work life balance, but I do believe that there is balance in life. And you have to know what that looks like. So if you are someone who is thriving professionally, but your personal relationships are jacked up, I would highly encourage you to get with a mindset coach and maybe a business strategist that can help you determine how do you build more rapport with the people who are in your personal life so that once you reach the top, you're not by yourself. Choosing the right coach is about finding someone who aligns with your values, supports your goals, and helps you grow in meaningful ways. Please remember that mindset and strategy together create lasting success. Just as a reminder and a personal invitation from me, if you are ready to level up in 2025, please come and join me. You can do a standard admission ticket or you can do the VIP ticket for Beyond the Vision Boards. We will hold this January 6th through the 8th. For those of you with a standard ticket, you have replays for 24 hours. We will meet from noon to 1 p.m. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. For those with a VIP ticket, you will have access to the recordings through 90 days, as well as access to the bonus materials, which will be how to complete your own business audit. Beyond the Vision Boards is something I've been doing since 2017, 2018. And every time I do it, I add more to it. Every time. If you've ever attended, you already know Beyond the Vision Boards gets your life together because we really do go beyond the vision board. Right? How do we put it into action? It is full of mindset shift strategy sessions and actionable steps to kickstart your year. Spots are limited, so do not wait. Sign up now through the link that will be in the show notes or visit coachchefkim.com. Click discover, and then you will see Beyond the Vision Boards up top. And if you're considering one-on-one coaching, let's chat. I definitely have space for one-on-one coaching in the new year when we return, and I would love to help you take your vision and your business to the next level. Just as a final thought, friends, remember that your best investment will be in yourself. whether it's with a coach, with a program, or with your time and energy. Please remember, you are worth it. You can absolutely do this. And I'm rooting for you. Till next time, stay sweet, friends.